Also, Eddie Nketiah, he is a wanted man. 2 Premier League clubs, and we think Bayer Leverkusen as well. One of those Premier League clubs we think that is interested is Crystal Palace. Would that be a good move for Crystal Palace?
Oh, I think so. He's a player that's been on the radar. I know at Crystal Palace for a number of years almost, let alone months. So he's a player that I know everyone at the club admires very much, and I think he's the right type of player. I think that Patrick might be interested in a forward of his type, you know, someone who's very, very quick, makes a lot of runs behind, because they've got good, tall centre forwards that they can build play through. So I can imagine him being exactly the type of player that Patrick would like, and he would know a lot about him, because I'm sure his contacts at Arsenal are still very good, so he'll know a lot about him as a person as well as a player.
Clinton, gap there for Palace to fill?
Yeah, definitely. Listen, Palace have got a lot of exciting forward options. If you look at through the middle where Nketiah wants to play, got Benteke, Edouard and Mateta. I know he hasn't played a lot of football, but he got his goal against Norwich. But I think Nketiah is a different kind of striker to all of those strikers. He's an out-and-out goal scorer. If you've got the likes of Wilfried Zaha, Elise and Eze and Conor Gallagher making chances for Nketiah, he comes alive in and around the 6-yard box. And I just think that is what Palace are probably missing, an out-and-out number 9 who can get the scrappy kind of goal. So I think, for me, it would be a really good signing if they managed to pull that off.
Roy, I must just ask you about Crystal Palace generally. You obviously left in the summer. You've seen Patrick Vieira take over. What have you made of what Patrick Vieira's done?
I think he's done an excellent job. I think the team's playing very well. I think that they're looking good in all the games that I've seen them play. I think that they're, as Clinton rightly says, I think they've got a lot more threat going forward now with the players they've brought into the club. And the number of goals they're scoring, you know, is increasing by the game, really. So I think that both Patrick himself and his staff, but also Steve Parish and Doug Freedman, they must be absolutely delighted with the changeover and the way things have gone.
Dom, the one thing I will say, and I'll praise him, I don't mind it because he's sitting there. Palace couldn't be doing that without the job he's done over those many years. Patrick Vieira would be the first one to say he's done that. He's done all the groundwork, and Patrick Vieira's gone in there and he has changed the style of play. And the recruitment's been really good in the summer, so you have to credit Steve Parish and Dougie Freedman. But without that, he's made Crystal Palace a Premier League team. He's always done well with not having a lot of money to spend. So you have to give credit to Roy Hodgson, and I think Palace fans do appreciate the job he's done on there. Me certainly sitting from afar, being an ex-Palace player, he's done a superb job when he was at that football club. And I think Patrick Vieira will allude to that as well.
And he said,
Can I go now?
You said you didn't get on.
No, he didn't.
But you mentioned Conor Gallagher there. He's been one of the star performers for Crystal Palace under Patrick Vieira. It could have been Conor Gallagher, one of the star performers under Roy Hodgson, couldn't it, last season?
Well, that's because Doug Freedman has been following him for a long period of time. And, of course, when he was available, going back to Chelsea, leaving Swansea, and was looking for a Premiership club on this occasion, we at Crystal Palace thought, you know, we might be the answer. But at the time, we also had dealings with Michy Batshuayi, and the club decided at the time that maybe a centre forward was more necessary than another midfield player, where we thought we were quite strong in the central midfield area anyway. So we decided to go with Michy and to pass over on the option of Conor Gallagher. But we did it reluctantly, and I've got to say it was no surprise to me when this season, when the situation had changed, Doug went back immediately with Steve's blessing to get Conor, and I'm a great admirer of his. I think he did exceptionally well at West Brom last year. He did well at Charlton and Swansea, and now he's doing well where he belongs in the Premiership. So more strength to his elbow.
Great signing then, Conor Gallagher for Crystal Palace.